Hello.
Oh wait, why is my okay? No,
You're fine. Welcome back
two.
to to Tales of Old Fables.
There we go. Smell.
Pardon?
There you go. I thought you were about to go. No, fine. Don't worry. Welcome to Tooth, everyone.
Tooth. Tales of Old Fables. It makes sense.
It better.
I am still joined by Tim. It's been a week for you guys. It's been literally 5 minutes for us.
Yes, it has. It was a nice Takis treat for me.
Parkies. What even are they? They kind of look like
Honestly, I don't know what else.
twisties.
It's like spicy twisties. Let's just go with that. I'm gonna get flamed for that, but that's the best way to put it. It has a weird zest to it. That's basically.
Well, are they chili lime?
Yeah, chili lime is the best way to put it. Yeah.
Well, it looked like the chilies and lime on the package.
Yeah. Well.
Oh, by the way, my name's Mel.
Yeah. The host of this.
I'm the host by BT Dubs. This is Tim. He's back.
Again.
Third time's the charm. That means this could be the best episode.
How so?
It's the third one. You know, third time's the charm.
Third episode with me. Second part in this second part series, or 3-part series about Heracles.
Yeah. See, you're doing a better job hosting than I am.
I wish I had a script.
So we're talking about Heracles some more. Do you want, it's been 2 seconds for you, but what do you remember about Heracles?
All right. So for the first part, we're just sort of,
Brief summary.
The summary, just his sort of upbringing towards, up towards his maybe mid-20s, 30s.
Yeah.
Starting with crushing a snake at the beginning and, yes. Losing the throne as just a newborn by a couple months.
No, not even newborn. He was losing it by hours.
Oh, but
because he was due the day that Eurystheus was born.
Okay. So she just okay. No, okay. I thought it was within a month or something. No, so ours is kind of a terrible go.
Actually, that's something I didn't mention in the last one. So it was how they kept her from giving birth. Was
just push it back in?
No, she had the goddess of. This is me going completely off my memory, by the way. I haven't had this written down, so
Same.
if I'm if someone calls me out, but no, I remember this. So it was I forget which goddess, but she had this goddess of childbirth, right? Hanging out. Hera had this other goddess, hanging out at Alchemy's house.
Okay. Just doing a bit of handfuls to be
Hesto
presto, baby not expected.
Magic.
You said it was magic last episode.
No, she was it's weirder. No, so she
even worse.
No, so she was just hanging outside of her bedroom, where she was giving birth, right? And was just sitting there with her legs crossed.
As in,
so
did the family know that she was there, or she was just outside? Because
well, so what happened? So so she's sitting outside the room, and one of her,
who let her in?
So one of her servants does notice her eventually, and kind of notices that she's being weird, and that her legs are crossed, and so she goes out and is like, "The baby's born." And
my job's here done.
And so the woman jumps up and is the goddess is what? But in the process then uncrosses her legs. And so then Heracles gets fired out. But at that point it's still too late. Eurystheus is still already been born.
Oh, okay.
So fun fact. Extra tidbit.
I forgot to mention, what happened to Ithacles?
He's just straight chilling.
Okay, he's straight chilling.
Yeah, I think it's kind of expected that Iphicles takes over the throne of his actual thing.
Yeah, gotcha. Anyways, back to quick Heracles' life story. Yeah, he just murders his family.
Yeah, that's kind of what we're up to. He murders family.
And he's trying to atone for just the murder of his wife and 3 kids.
So he's about to do his 12 labours.
As you do in your mid-20s.
As you do. So his 12 labours is kind of what he's most famous for. And what he...
50 women? Because 50...
No. No, that was in his childhood. He was only 18.
I think it was.
No, so 12 labors is what Eurystheus is going to... Challenges that Eurystheus is setting for him to try and atone for killing his children and wife, right?
Did Eurystheus, whatever his... I'm going to get the names.
That's fine.
Butchered. Did he plan these 12 prior to the oracle? How did he heard the news and was like, damn, if Heracles ever come to me, I'm going to give him 12 atonement tasks.
No, I think it's more that...
Unless he does this on the regular, so anyone that commits a crime.
No, I think he finds out that Heracles is coming for him, and Eurystheus is a bit bitter and doesn't like Heracles because he knows that he's Zeus's preferred descendant, right? So he then thinks of the worst things he can possibly think of to torture.
And just a quick update. If he gets all 12, then he gets godhood, essentially.
Yeah.
Why would he do that? Who gives it to him?
Zeus.
Good. Okay.
Supposedly. The other gods. All of them combined.
Okay. It's just damn, I don't like you. But here's the power of godhood if you do all these 12.
Well, obviously, Eurystheus is making them as hard as possible because he doesn't want him to become a god.
True, but you could just not do it in the first place.
Well, yeah, he could have just been like, suck it, I'm not going to give you any
I'm
tasks.
king, you're not, your family's gone.
Yep. You don't get to atone, you murderer.
Anyways, back to the story.
So do you know anything of his 12 labors before we begin?
I'm thinking I might get a few of them mixed up with a few other people.
If you'd seen the Disney movie, you would know.
I remember seeing stairs. But there's stairs everywhere, so I'm... Oh, the Hydra.
Oh, yeah.
Then something about Hades.
Less than him.
And getting buff.
Well, he's already buff.
Then I've got nothing.
Look, the Hydra's, you're on the right track, all right?
I remember that because it was from the PS1 game.
No comment. Okay, so...
It was a very hard boss.
Because he keeps chopping off, growing them back.
Pretty much. I got scared as well. Anyways, back to the thing.
So, usually it's known as 12 labors, as I said. But in some accounts, it does say that there's only 10.
Okay.
And in amongst all the 12 labors, there are side labors, right? So so it's you think he's got his main quest, and then along the way there are some little side quests he does a lot.
Was there any sort of cause where he doesn't do those side quests?
Well, he didn't have to. It's kind of he stumbles upon them. And
how does he... Oh, okay. So he's hey, do this thing, but if there's a bit of farm to be
toiled... No. The side things don't have anything to do with Eurystheus. It's Eurystheus has sent him to this part of Greece to do this labor. And whilst he's there, he's like, oh, I might do this too.
Oh, right. Okay. Sure.
Or along the way, he's done so-and-so too.
Okay. Because he's such a good-natured kid. To try and atone for his sins.
Wow. So we're going to go in order type thing. So we're going to talk about the main 12 and then obviously the little ones in between.
Okay.
So number 1 is the Nemean lion. Okay. So first labor is pretty straightforward, is go kill this giant lion. Okay.
Oh, I slightly remember this.
Yeah, so it's not
not from the movie, from the bookworm game.
The what one?
Don't worry.
Okay. So he goes to the lion, finds him, starts shooting some arrows, trying to,
this Nemean lion, is there any sort of difference to, say, a normal lion? Or is it just because...
here we go. So the arrows don't work because its skin is impenetrable. It can't be stabbed.
Okay.
No
What, it just goes inside the lion?
No, they bounce off.
No, but could Heracles could in theory just go inside a. It's like that Thanos thing.
He just gets eaten.
Yeah.
Punches his way out.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, he could do this thing like Thanos. You know, Ant-Man. Thanos and Ant-Man.
When does Ant-Man go inside Thanos?
Don't worry. It was a theory. Don't worry. Don't worry.
A
We're getting
theory.
sidetracked here.
So he didn't go with that.
No.
Okay. What theory was this? Was this like in the actual movies, or is this a fan theory?
Fan theory. Let's not go into
okay.
detail. People will probably know. Anyways, so I'm guessing Heracles never actually went inside the lion then.
He does not.
Disappointing.
How dare he?
What is it? Just okay. Continue on. Just I'm gonna
So
say.
his solution is he goes up and strangles it.
Okay. Yeah.
And he like gets it in like a bear hug and suffocates him. And that works.
Right.
Even though, you know, it's a giant lion and trying to, you know,
Sort of
get at
girth
him.
to head neck ratio, whatever.
Nah, but he's able to do it. And then he uses one of the claws
Yep.
of the lion to skin the lion, so to take the skin, and he turns
That into his armor, basically.
the pelt into like a cape, cloak type thing that he wears.
Yep.
And so, fun fact, if you ever see in Greek artworks or Greek pottery a guy with a lion head on his head and a club, it's Heracles.
How does the club come to theory? Is
That's
it
his
go-to weapon when it
his
was
go-to weapon. Yeah, it's not a sword; it's a club.
Yeah, like basically a caveman is what you're describing him.
Yeah,
A Neanderthal.
pretty much. Yeah. So if you ever see it, now you know how to figure out
Which one
who
is?
Heracles is.
I don't think he would know what a vase is.
He wouldn't, or I wouldn't.
Heracles.
Well,
He had struggle learning. I don't think he would know like
but like
objects are.
the vases like the way you think of, they weren't just used for like flowers; they were used for everything.
Yeah, like drinking, right?
Yeah, or like holding their wine, like the big things of wine,
Oh,
because they'd mix their wine. They'd water their wine down, so they'd have like a big jug to water the wine down.
yeah, I've heard something like that. Anyway, so that's his first.
So that's his first
label.
one. He does it pretty easy, right? And so that kind of like freaks Eurystheus out a little bit.
Does it benefit Eurystheus by any chance? Was it just all of a sudden like an Nemean lion was like sort of terrorizing the lands? And it was like, man, this would be really good for someone to take care of, wouldn't it?
Oh yeah, like some of them are definitely for like his own benefit or like benefit of like other people, like because like you're still getting rid of like a monster type thing.
Yeah.
But his main goal is for Heracles to lose
Right.
because he doesn't like Heracles.
Yeah. Okay. That's fine.
So yeah, so he's freaked out because Heracles did it so easy, and so he says, I don't want Heracles in my city anymore. So he told him to tell Herald, so like, you know, another dude, whenever he's completed a task.
Yeah.
And he also had a giant jar set into the floor so that if he ever needed to, he could go run and hide in this giant jar.
In case Heracles comes in and
Yeah, I don't know.
gets angry.
It's gonna come after him. And it's like, all right, dude, yeah, this jar is definitely
Gonna help.
yeah. But we're on to labor number 2.
Ooh.
The Lernian Hydra.
Yay!
So, same thing, pretty straightforward. Go kill the snake monster with a ton of heads, right?
Was this by the sea or land? Because last time I remember seeing in the PS1 game was, I think he was in lava.
No, it's land.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it's land.
Because I'm not too sure if Hydra's, I thought Hydra was like a sea creature. Anyways, so land snake.
So,
Ooh.
well, like he could be. I don't know. In the Disney movie, it's on land.
Oh, then what myth was I playing then?
I don't know. It doesn't really specify.
Anyway, so he fights a Hydra.
So yes, he's going to go fight the Hydra. So for this labor, though, he has his nephew with him.
Right.
So the son of his twin.
Right. Oh, yeah. Oh, okay.
So if Iphicles,
Why would he need help?
I don't know. I don't know if it's necessarily because he needs help or if it's just like, come on, lad, I'll teach you how we do things. So, and quite frankly, after he murdered all his children, it's not great parenting on Iphicles' behalf that he's letting his son go.
Or fighting a Hydra in that case.
Well, that too. But so his name is Iolus. Sorry if I said that wrong. But anyways. So once again, he goes. His first thing is always to kind of like shoot some arrows, right?
His go-to.
And he starts chopping heads off, like in the movie.
And PS1 game.
Yes. But wherever he chopped one off, two would grow back in its place.
Yep.
And the middle head of the Hydra.
Are you going to spoil the movie for me?
Damn straight I am.
Oh no.
The middle head of the Hydra is immortal. So like
You chop the head off, but it will...
Theoretically, it can't be killed, right?
Okay.
So...
But decapitation will still keep it alive.
I guess.
I'm beating up these Greek mythos. No, continue.
No,
So basically, cannot be killed.
Yeah. So also, whatever the reason, whilst he's trying to fight this Hydra, there's a giant crab. And it's attacking his feet. He's like, nom 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 nom.
Wait, Hercules or the Hydra?
No, it's attacking Hercules' feet.
Okay.
It's going for his toes.
Large crab.
Yeah.
Like...
It says giant crab, but I'm like...
Because when I'm thinking of giant crab, I'm thinking of like the size of the Hydra as well.
Yeah, same, but...
But if they're nipping at the feet, then like there's just a normal crab.
It's like an above average crab.
Okay. Because like... yeah.
So he smashes the crab.
Yep. Cooks it.
Yeah, which
Put
is
it to a boil.
like, honestly, it's irrelevant, but that's supposedly how we got the constellation of Cancer. Because he smashes this random crab,
Yeah.
and it goes up and becomes
It's like
constellation.
I can't remember. Don't worry.
So he's back to chopping off heads, and this is where Iolus does come in handy because he brings out some firebrands.
I was gonna say like bait.
No, he's the bait. No. So when Heracles chops off a head, Iolus goes in and cauterizes the wound.
Oh, yep.
So a head can't grow back. Right?
Well, technically, I mean, it could. It would just be very bad for the Hydra itself.
It'd be very painful.
Trying to like the eyes and ears and all that trying to grow and like it's stuck there.
And so then he chops off the immortal head. So he chops, so the head's still alive because it is immortal. So he chops off the head, the immortal head, and buries it under a rock.
Yep.
And then he rips the body apart, which spills. Apparently, it's got this bile inside of it that's poisonous.
I was gonna say delicious.
Oh yeah, sure, delicious. It's poisonous, very deadly, and then he dips his arrowheads in the poison.
Oh, right.
Foreshadowing.
Interesting.
But anyways, task is done.
Right.
Hydra dead. Well, not kind of.
Nothing
dead.
can stop him now.
Hydra's, incapacitated because technically that immortal head's still alive, but
I mean,
it's under a rock. It's fine.
Yeah, he's just hungry all the time. Actually, I don't think it can be. Yeah. That would be a horrible experience for him. Hope he's okay.
I'm going to go with not.
Is it still around? Can we go to Greece and find out?
Find the Hydra head?
Yeah.
Sure. For sure.
Yeah.
So, okay. So we're up to number 3. Labor number 3. Which is...
What is this, a game show?
It is. Which is the Cernian deer.
Okay. How did they make Hercules G-rated if he's trying to atone for something that he did like a horrible thing?
Well, in the movie, he didn't.
Don't spoil it for me. I'll find out how he does it. Okay. Anyways, back to the deer.
So this task was not to kill them, but to capture these magical deer.
Okay.
They were all female deer, but they had golden antlers and belonged to the goddess Artemis, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
do female deer or doe have
no, they
antlers
don't
to
normally
begin
have. No, they don't normally.
Okay, so it's just Greek deer.
Well, it's these magical deer. So, because Artemis is the goddess of the hunt. Yeah. Okay, so you knew that. I mentioned Athena to Ryan, and it went right over his head.
Athena is... Sorry, I'm trying to also remember the game Hades as well. Great game. Has all the Greek heroes.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember what they were. There's something... she was like a shield lady, if I remember.
Yeah, she's the goddess of wisdom and then also war, though.
Yeah, like same goes for Ares and all that stuff.
Yeah. So, anyway, so Artemis. It's her deer. And she's a very angry lady, especially when it comes to her animals.
Oh, okay.
And so he's not trying to kill them, but it's still like if he... theoretically, if he killed one or takes one, she will kill him.
Okay. Yeah, so it's her animals.
It's her prerogative. So he tracks this deer for a year before he finally finds them. And is able... He does actually shoot an arrow and injures one of them.
No.
Right? So only injured, doesn't kill. So on the way, carrying it back, he does actually run into Artemis and her brother Apollo, who's like the god...
fast guy.
No.
No, am I thinking of someone? That's Hermes.
Yeah, you're thinking of Hermes. No, Apollo is like the god of like music and kind of like...
Yeah.
He's kind of like the fun party boy of the gods.
Yeah, I think I remember. Yeah.
Music, but also he's sometimes seen as a sun god, and Artemis is like the moon goddess. It depends. He's a bit more vague with what he is. But
I should play Hades more.
They aren't impressed that obviously he's trying to take a deer. But he's actually kind of smart and just says, "I'm so sorry. I didn't want to do this. I have no choice."
Oopsie daisies.
And so Artemis is just like, "Because you apologized, I'll let you go. You
with
can
the
take."
deer.
She was just like, "You can take the deer, but then you have to release it as soon as you're done with it."
Oh, okay.
Which he did.
Sorry. What was the purpose that Eurystheus? What purpose did they have for the deal? Or was it just wanted to capture the deal?
He was just like, "What's something hard you could do?
Oh, okay.
Find this deer. Try and capture it without Artemis killing you."
Okay.
You know, and so, yeah, but he does it. Quite easy. And so we're up to labor number 4.
It's like a game show host.
Woo, ding, ding, ding. Which is the Amanthian boar.
Amanthian boar?
Yes.
What's special about this boar now?
Well, he's massive to begin with.
Like massive as a crab, or like?
No, like massive isn't actually massive.
Okay.
This is actually probably my favourite labor because I do find this quite entertaining.
Right.
Once again, it's not to kill it, because if anything, killing it would be easier. He has to capture it and bring it back, right?
Right. But it's a big boar.
But it's a big ass boar, and obviously boars are quite hard to...
Ride.
Well, that and just capture. But he gets it. He gets it. He's able to capture it, and he brings it to the palace for Eurystheus to see.
Yeah.
But in all the depictions of this story, and I find them very funny. In all the depictions, Eurystheus runs off and jumps in his little jar. And then it's just Heracles holding this giant boar over the jar, being like, "Nah, nah."
What are you going to do about it?
Yeah. You want to...
So he does succeed in capturing the ball.
He does, yes.
And then he was just lugging it over to the kingdom while he's just hiding away in a jar.
Yes.
Essentially. Right. Okay.
So there is a side deed though. So while he went off to look for the ball,
Mm-hmm.
he actually hangs out with a senator.
Yep.
Named Pholus?
Is Senator the one with human top horse body?
Yes.
Okay.
Indeed. And so they're hanging out, having a good time, and they decide to crack open some wine.
Crack open a beer with the boys.
Yeah. And they're getting loose, right?
Yep.
But this pisses off the other senators.
Because he's not allowed to drink, or is it just because, Hercules?
I think it's more that they're like, hey, that's our wine. Yeah, rude. You're taking our bevs. So Heracles kind of freaks out because these senators turn up and are like super angry.
That's start a fight. Yep.
And so he's a bit like, I must attack with violence, apparently. And so he starts shooting arrows, right? And so they run to a very famous senator called Chiron.
Yeah.
He's very famous because he's actually the one who, in another story, he educates Achilles.
Right.
So he plays quite a significant role in Achilles.
He's okay.
stories.
So he's just the coolest centaur.
Yeah. So, but Heracles is shooting his arrows, right? And he's shooting his poison ones, and one of them actually hits poor Chiron. Sad days. But Chiron is immortal, unlike the other ones.
Okay.
So he just gets
Annoyed.
well, he gets very sick.
Yeah.
He doesn't die, but he gets super sick. But later on, once all the senators disperse, this Pholus, the one he was hanging out with to begin with, picks up one of the arrows, accidentally drops it on his foot or his hoof, and instantly dies.
Idiot.
So sad days. He just wanted to have a few wines, have some beers with the boys, and he ended up dead.
Wait, sorry. So this was a task to just drink with a centaur.
No, it wasn't a task. It was just a side thing.
So
But
he
he
got
did.
so just like he just procrastinated to
Yeah,
eat a ball.
yeah. While he
Okay.
was looking for the ball, he ran into the senator. He was like, you know what? Let's
So
get
these are
lit.
these other tasks or labor, like the side labors. They're
Yeah.
just procrastination.
Yeah, they're not like real labors like the other ones. It's
Okay.
just him doing things.
Like side stories basically.
Yeah, pretty much.
While lugging a pig over.
Yeah. Well, that was before he found the pig.
Yeah.
After that, he was like, oh, frick, I probably should just find my boar and go.
Whoops, that's so good. That's my cue to leave.
It's like, I'll see myself out.
It wasn't me, by the way.
Goodbye. All right. And then we're up to labor number 5.
I was about to say 4.
No, that was 4. So labor number 5 is the Augean stables.
What'd you call me?
The stables.
Okay.
It's quite a fun story.
Hmm.
So there's a king named Augeas. I hope I'm saying that right. But anyways,
So King Orgy.
well, it's spelled A-U. A-U-G-E-A-S.
Orgius.
Augeas? Yeah, maybe. And he had a lot of cows. Had a lot of cattle, right? We're back to...
Can we store cows in stables? Or is that just what this king does because he just loves his cow so much?
Yeah, like, I would have thought stables are more of a horse thing, but anyways, he's got his cows and some stables.
Okay. Like a paddock.
He apparently has never... even though he's a king, has never heard of, like, a stable hand. Or, someone to work in the stables.
Or grass.
So, like, over the years, several feet of poop has accumulated. And so...
If we can't kill him, if we can't kill Heracles, we're going to humiliate him.
Yeah, we're going to make him just wade through piles of crap. Because his task is to clean it.
Okay. I thought it was like his beloved cow Betsy or something was stuck in the poop. And it's like, hey, we need to, she's been stuck in there for days.
Please help her. We don't know. There could be cows stuck in there. But, like, yeah, he's got to clean out the stables pretty much. So, Heracles does a little sneaky, all right?
He eats it.
No. He doesn't tell this guy that Eurystheus is the one who sent him, right? Instead, he just goes to him and he's like, I'll make a bet with you.
Yep.
If I can clean those stables in a day, he'll get 1/10 of all the cattle.
Okay.
Which is like, you know, in Greek times, you know, cows mean money.
Yeah, expensive.
And so the dude is like, oh my God, you fool. You have no idea how much crap is in there. Deal. And so what Heracles does, he actually goes and diverts a nearby river, which then supposedly flushes out the stables real quick.
And not taking out the entire stable along
Well,
with it.
yeah, you're like, honey.
With the amount of, like, dung is there, that's enough force to, like, take out. That's like a tsunami grade.
You would think the whole stable would be just, look, I cleaned the land. There's nothing there anymore.
Yeah, let's clean slate for you now.
Clean slate, start again.
Next thing you're going to tell me this is how aqueducts are made.
Well.
Oh, no.
No,
This is when the first human-made toilet was made.
No. Well, they're actually... Maybe.
I mean, maybe.
But cow toilet.
There's no such thing as cow toilets. You
The
just do it on the...
theory's there. Water washing things away.
Yeah, you can do that for humans.
Sadly, though, he didn't get his payout.
Wow, he didn't get his cows.
He didn't get his cows because the guy found out that he was only there because Eurystheus sent him.
Oh, okay.
But don't worry.
So wait, so the Mr. Ayugi never knew to begin with? Or?
He didn't know to begin with. And
So,
then he
like-
finds out. And he's like, you cheated me. You were only here for your labours. I'm not giving you squat.
Okay, right.
But it's okay, because Heracles comes back and kills him later. Because he didn't get his cows. It's like, how dare you? I want my moo-moo.
He's trying to atone here.
Yeah, he's not doing a very good
He's not
job.
doing a good job at all. Property damage, murder, patricide? No, that's killing of the...
It's actually killing your dad.
Yeah, I think that's callous. Yeah, killing. Yeah, that's just straight up murder, manslaughter.
Infanticide? Is that where you kill your kids?
Yeah, I think that's infanticide. And yeah, okay.
Okay. Labour number 6. Woo!
Okay, yeah.
So the labour number 6 is this is word's gonna kill me. The Stymphalian birds. Stymphalian birds. Anyways, a whole bunch of birds.
Birds. Yes.
So there was a lake named after the birds.
This probably
Or the
was a lake
birds-
once the guy rediverted the entire river. Probably ruined the entire ecosystem. Probably drained that
Probably.
entire lake.
But Heracles didn't care because he was after some cows.
And godhood.
And good godhood, yes. A little bit of that too. So there's this lake that would get swarmed by these deadly birds, right?
What's deadly about birds?
They had...
Birdemic?
They're spreading a pandemic.
No, it's a movie. You gotta watch it.
What movie?
Birdemic.
Is it actually called that?
Yeah, it's called Birdemic.
Oh,
It's
a weird name.
you know, like that movie Black Sheep.
Oh, so it's like a parody.
And it's not even parody. It's just even a worse version of it.
I remember watching that Black Sheep. Like, I think we watched that at my place, wasn't it? My
I think
parents'
so.
place?
Yeah, I do remember that.
Oh, what a throwback.
Anyways, it's very bad. You gotta watch it.
New Zealand
Anyways, deadly birds.
movie at its best. Yes, they had arrow-firing wings and armor-piercing beaks.
Okay. Does it pierce the lion's mane by any chance?
I don't think so, no.
Okay, so it's just... Okay.
But supposedly, all I've got for this as to how he did that is that he had a little dance party
Oh,
with some castanets, which, like, I don't know, confused them?
Castanets are like a musical thing, or was it
Yeah,
cast?
yeah.
Okay.
Castanet is like castanet. I don't know if it's the clapper. Yeah, it's the clappers. Like,
Yeah, okay, gotcha.
so he's like, dancing away.
Hmm.
And I think it was able to confuse them enough that they didn't attack him and he could just shoot them down.
Okay.
So they did.
Nothing about like him having to protect himself from the fire-laden wings or the armor piercing. It's just like they just got confused by the power of dance.
His moves.
Okay.
Remember, he's a sexy boy. They were distracted.
They're birds. Birds only care about two things: eating and. No, actually, there's probably a lot of things that birds do.
Birds are pretty smart.
Yeah. Okay. Not smart enough to listen to some clapping noises and getting stabbed, I'm guessing.
No,
or getting beaten up with a club,
stabbed,
sorry.
I guess. No, he used the bow and arrow for that.
No, could he just... Okay.
Yeah. So we're halfway.
No.
That's 6 labors done.
This
6 more to atonement and immortality.
Did a really bad job of trying to get him killed.
Actually, I might do another 2 real quick because the next episode looks like it's quite long.
Oh.
So we're going to do 7. We're going to do... Well, I'll do 7.
Wow, we're going to do off order, so we're going to do 7.
We're going to do 7.
Or 8.
Because I'm like...
And like there's 4.
We have like quite a bit to talk about.
What on earth am I looking? So many notes.
So yeah, I might do 7 and 8 real quick.
Sorry, these 12 things, do they get progressively harder for him, or was it just progressively...
Theoretically, yes. I feel like...
Because we started from, like, killing a indestructible lion and had to be choked out.
Mm-hmm.
Then a hydra that had to be...
Quartized,
stabbed, dismembered, chucked in a ditch.
Yep.
The third one was like a boar.
Yep.
Cleaning...
There's a lot of animals.
Yeah, I know. Cleaning dung.
Yep.
I don't think that's any harder than the last 3.
Honestly, I think the deer was probably the hardest one.
Oh, wait, the deer was number 4.
The deer was... the deer was
5.
number 3.
3? Well, 3. Okay.
I think, because, like, Artemis is a
deer,
real
4
cranky lady. Like, in some of her stories, she just stabs first, thinks later. So he got real lucky with that.
Right.
Anyways, you want to hear label number 7?
Yeah, let's go.
The Cretan Bull.
What the... Okay.
So...
No relations to the bull at all from the last...
It's him!
It's him!
It's Jeffrey!
Jeffrey's
back! Jeffrey's made a comeback.
Such a side note that I don't remember his old name. Anyways, good old Jeffrey's back.
Jeffrey's back.
Is that the one that... Wait, let me try and remember. He got... I can't remember. I need a refresher. Is that the one that was living his life or something?
Yeah, he ends up just living his life.
But he was the one who impregnated? No. He was
Yeah. So he's the one who banged Pasiphae.
I thought that was Zeus.
No. The father of the Minotaur, remember?
Yeah.
Jeffrey.
That's right. They made Pasiphae really attracted to that bull. That's right.
There you go. So... The next labor was to go capture the bull.
Oh, good.
Not to kill him. That's why Jeffrey ends up just chilling, because it's just to capture him.
Yeah. That's good. Finally, a good story. A good ending.
So he sailed to Crete.
Yep.
To go pick up our little sexy boy.
Yep.
And so he just pretty much like grabs him by the horns and rides him like a horse all the way home. And then like he shows him to Eurystheus and then just lets him go.
Oh.
Which is where he ends up, because I think it's like later on he's like just wandering the plains and he ends up killing Minos' son. Remember?
It's like, I remember that.
Yeah. But yeah, so super chill. Guest appearance.
Finally. Good old Jeffrey.
Good old Jeffrey.
Traveled the world. What more can a
did.
boy ask for?
Now he gets to explore the mainland. How exciting. Labor number 8. Come step through the door. I don't know. I'm just trying to make this more game show-like, and it's not working.
Yeah, because there's meant to be like noises and music, sound effects.
Ding,
You're
woo,
not
woo.
doing no. Just do, continue on.
So, I just ripped out my headphone. Anyways. So, we're doing the horses of Diomedes. It's not a game, shall we? So, once again, the labor was to capture the horses.
Just the same horse? Just the one horse? Or
There's a group of them.
Okay.
Which does sound chill, but they eat people.
That doesn't faze me.
No?
No. The amount of stories you told me about the other stuff, it's just, as expected, really.
Yeah. So they're people eating horses, okay?
Except for Jeffrey. He's a true one.
So he goes off to get the horses, but there's a bit of a side quest.
He got distracted, basically.
Yeah. So there's a lot of backstory and a family tree that was in a Euripides play, but I'm not going to get into it right now. Right. But the most important part is that Heracles stays at this house that is mourning, right? Someone passed away.
Okay.
And he just gets super wasted.
As you do at a funeral.
And so he feels super bad because he got so drunk and made such a fool of himself.
Yeah.
So he decides to go to the underworld, wrestles with death,
Ooh.
and brings back the woman who died.
Like
that the house were mourning.
When you go to the underworld, just as a casual stroll to hell.
Yep.
Do you just grab his soul in his body, or is it just like his soul and then...
No, I think it's just like the soul. The body was still there. Like the body's still with the people.
It would have been like disgusting. Yeah. It would have been decomposing at that time.
Well, I think it was pretty fresh. Then Heracles turned up wasted and got wasted.
Okay, so...
It was only happened that day.
Okay, so he died on that day, but he got really wasted maybe over the night. But he still probably spent a couple hours after going to hell trying to wrestle death.
Yeah.
That body's decomposing already.
Well, that was fine. Super chill. Brought it back. Happy days.
Yeah. Happy days. Maybe not for him.
Wow.
He's got to deal with like all the decomposing.
It's fine.
His entire body decomposing.
He's fine.
Anyways, how does it lead to the horses?
So he goes to Thrace, which is just another part of Greece. I think. Actually, is Thrace part of Greece, or is it in a whole other thing? It might actually be a whole other... Let me...
Are these
Google.
horses just grazing, or is it just like being... Are they just terrorizing a town?
No, they're owned by someone.
Oh.
So he would, feed their enemies. So Thrace was technically a part of Europe that includes a bit of Greece, a bit of Bulgaria, and a bit of Turkey.
Bulgaria?
Yes.
Okay.
Anyways, sure. What Heracles does is he goes and gets their master, Diomedes.
Yep.
And feeds them.
Human.
To them. Feeds their...
Master to the
yeah.
horses. I shoot. Okay.
And that way he's able to capture them.
Couldn't he just take the horses?
Or he'd get eaten. He needed to give them little snacks along the way.
I mean, okay.
To stop them from eating him.
Okay, maybe they were just hungry. I was just going to say, just like a carrot on a stick is just be Hercules on a stick and just, have them just follow Hercules back to their mainland. But no, they just had to straight up murder someone.
He murdered. But I think this Diomedes, he was using his horses. He was feeding people to these horses. So he wasn't a good person.
Oh, okay. Well, that just absolves them of any wrongdoing for Heracles.
Well, a little bit. So he takes them back to Eurystheus and then lets them go. And they run away to Mount Olympus where they get eaten by some wolves.
Oh, okay.
No more man-eating horses.
Now there's man-eating wolves.
Wow. Aren't all wolves man-eating?
Exactly.
Anyways, okay. So that is the end of part 2. We'll do the rest for part 3.
Will part 3 include the rest of the 12...
We'll do the last 4 labours and then kind of what happens after the labours.
Lives.
Which is going to be a bit chunky. But anyways.
We'll find out soon. Tune in next time. Everyone, thank you all for
everyone.
watching
We'll
to
see you
Tales
next
of Old Fables. tooth. Me.
What he said. Bye.
See ya.